Good morning, everyone. I'm Ruchini Vijayasuriya. Welcome you all to the Puzzle Out Arena, proudly presented by Student Association of Estate Management and Valuation, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. This would be added different experience and it will prepare you for global career in real estate management and valuation. So once again, I warmly welcome you all to Puzzle Out Arena. Now, I respectfully invite Dr. Upuli Pereira, our head of the department, Estate Management and Valuation, to address the gathering. Madam?
Yeah, thank you, Rajni. Okay. Right. So, good morning to all of you, and good morning from Sri Lanka. First of all, I must thank the resource persons of today's session, Ms. Nimesha Vikramaratne and Mr. Navanithan Balakumar, for accepting our invitation and your willingness to share your story and inspire our students. And I also warmly welcome all our staff members. Sorry if I'm missing any names. So Ms. Hashini Vikramasinghe is there, Mr. Lasika Madhva Munasinghe, and also saw Divya. Miss Divya is also here. So thank you very much for joining to support this seminar series. Actually we are organizing this seminar in support of the industrial training, which is a compulsory course module at the curriculum right now, and we wanted to expose our final year students particularly about not only the local job market but also different other job markets around the world, to give them to share their knowledge and to make them aware as to how they should mold themselves in preparing for a global market, global labor market in real estate and valuation. So there actually we had some kind of a network with our past EMV graduates. And there we thought maybe why don't we get these assets? Actually, these are our assets, resources of the department. Why don't we get connected with them and let them share their stories, so that it will be great benefit for the students. So that was the idea behind this. And I must say this, actually Terence sir and Lasika sir and Pratap sir helped me at different levels. So I should thank them as well. And we actually, myself as the head of the department and the post coordinator, and Lasika sir and Terence sir and Pratap sir, we were actually like conceptualizing the idea, and all the execution part of the program was done by the EMV group. Particularly the leadership was given by Ruchini and Lakshita, who were the past presidents and office bearers. And then they even got connected with our present office bearers of EMV Student Association, Chamath and his team. So I think they did a very good job in implementing this and executing this idea. And this is here we are today. So I think one of the role of all of us as human beings is to leave expose and leave our footstep behind, so that our followers or the younger generations can learn from it. So I think Ms. Nimesh and Balakumar, you're doing a great job for agreeing to come with us, get connected, and I'm so happy because I have been lecturing you both, and I can remember, Nimesh, you were like, you were the batch that you had the most presentations with me. And here you again, I'm asking you to present. So, and Balakumar also. So there will be a lot of things that our young undergraduates can learn from them. So they are at a very, I would say, I'm so happy because they're at very good position at the moment. So it's a very inspiring story would be. So I greatly welcome all of you, and thank again and again for all the people who are behind organizing this. Over to you, Richie.
Thank you, madam, for your valuable words. Now it's a time to introduce our resource persons in this special occasion. Our first invitee is Senior Valuer General Victoria, Miss Nimesha Vikramaratne, and next invitee is Valuer CBRE New South Wales, Australia, Mr. Balakumar Navanithan. And also, I want to proudly introduce both of these resource persons as our EMV family members. One thing I want to specially inform you before commencement of the discussion is we wish to have a friendly, informal, and open discussion with you all to share their experiences with you. So, you are free to raise your questions and doubts at any convenience during the discussion and in tri-languages. And also, I request from our sir and miss to continue this session in blend languages. So let us have a fruitful discussion and build a strong bond as a EME family. We all are eager to know about past lifestyle in Sri Lanka. That means about your family background, schooling experiences, university experiences, and how you plan to go for foreign job placement, the way how you entered your professional lives now. So, Miss Nimesha, shall we share your experience first and then we will move on to our sir?
Thanks, Rushini, and thanks, Dr. Upali, to invite us to share our experiences with our sisters and brothers. So this is a very good initiative. Actually, I wanted to tell that first because this is a very good opportunity to all our younger brothers and sisters in grade, I think level year 1 to final year. I think we have here. Because we didn't had this chance when we were in the university. So this is a very good initiative. So I think all my sisters and brothers will take this as opportunity and develop their career towards as a value or property manager. So if we start my career, I actually went to 2 schools. My first school was St. Anthony's Balika Vidyalaya in Dematagoda, and then I went to Gotami Balika Vidyalaya, Colombo. So then I have selected to University of, I think, follow estate management and valuation. So that's really, I actually remember I were actually doing a job before start my degree. I was forced to go to university from my parents, so because I had a good job with a good salary at that time, like I'm talking about like 2001. So it's a very good paying job. So my so I was like I loved my job that time, and my parents actually forced me to go to the campus. So I haven't had a chance, so I left that job and I actually enrolled to the course. So then, honestly, first 2 years were very hard to me because we were in a common program. I'm not sure it's same the program runs today. So we were at like 2-year common program, and we had to do like surveying, leveling, and building construction, something like to be honest, I really not like to do like the holding halls at university ground. So like all other students like teasing us, but year 3 and year 4 final year. So I think that's I love those 2 years because we had like a good subjects like agriculture valuation, advanced valuation, portfolio management, something like I'm more interested with. But if I say like I know like first 2 years with the surveying and leveling, building constructions, those 2 subjects a little bit like to be honest, I don't know about others, but it's a little bit bored to me. But honestly, those studies, those learnings helped me a lot to get this position here now with at Value General's office. As Roshina said, I'm working as a senior valuer. So I've been working now 7 years here, Valuer General Victoria. So I started as an assistant valuer, then I qualified with the MRICS in 2017. Then I promoted to valuer. Then 2 years ago, I have promoted again as a senior valuer. So the university 4-year that degree helped me a lot. Actually, that gave me a good foundation where I am now. So even though my manager, he is very happy about my the knowledge and experience, and he always says you got a good theoretical knowledge. So that's something I really thankful to my university and my all lecturers and all my teachers, because they gave me a good knowledge about valuation practice. So then after, I think I graduated in 2007, we were lucky to join to government valuation department as a trainee valuer. And then after 1 year time, I think Mr. P.W. Senaratne, that's one name I really wanted to mention here. He's kind of, I can't say like, he's kind of our angel, like, to be honest, because he actually, because of him, we haven't had any gap, like, what I saying, any gap years. So just after our graduation, actually before graduation, just after our university final years, I think we were joining to the government valuation department as a trainee valuer. So there wasn't any gap, like even though any gap there, so that counted my career. So at now, because of that, now I have like 17-year valuation experience altogether. So so then we joined to the valuation department, and we got promoted as an assistant district valuer. Then actually again 2010 we had an open exam, and I promoted as a district valuer there. So then I got the opportunity to actually, one of my friend told me about getting permanent resident in Australia. So I actually applied to that, and within 5.5 months time I got PR. So I think according to the other professions, I spend the minimum time period for PR, because I think valuation job, valuation career, valuation profession is very prominent here. So if anyone wants to come to Australia, I think my advice is to you is get the PR first. So I think, I don't know how there are maybe few barriers now. I mean, IELTS, some other, barriers, but if anyone can work hard to get the PR, that's the good point, good step to come here. So then once I got my PR, luckily, I don't know, it's something, I think it's kind of, miracle. Government valuation department actually hosted a CHOVA, that means Chief Valuation Organization, something. It's like a world conference of government valuation, heads of government valuations. So at that time, I had an opportunity to address that conference. So I actually presented a paper that I did for my master's. So then I had an opportunity to meet Valuer General of Victoria there. His name is Rob Marsh. So actually I talked to him and I said, like, look, I got a permanent resident now. So this is, I had a resume ready for to give him. And I said, look, Rob, this is my resume and I have this kind of experience here. And I would like to get any kind of job or a job reference. Actually, I asked him a job reference because I knew here in Australia, job reference is a very much important thing. So he actually took my resume and said, okay, I'll have a look. And I actually not had any, what you call, a hope that he might call me to join to his department. And meantime, actually, I applied to another private firm when I was in Australia, when I was in Sri Lanka, a firm called ValueBit here. And they asked me to come to the interview without knowing that I'm in Sri Lanka. So there are so many opportunities. If we can, we need to address it like in a prominent way. So once, so we had CHOA 2015 November, if my memory correct, and I got a job contract from Valuation Department, Australia, Victoria in January. They asked me to join as an assistant valuer there. And then I moved to Australia to accept the job. So that's how my career actually started. And I had a one barrier here. The one barrier I actually, Rob told me that I couldn't get evaluation as a valuer here. First thing is driving license. So no one can believe how driving license is important here, because probably Bala will tell, because driving license, even though if before getting CPV qualification, you need to have a driving license here. So that's the most important thing. If you want to practice as assistant valuer, driving license. So get the driving license in Sri Lanka. It's the most I think easiest way, because here getting driving license is very hard. Believe me, I failed my license test 3 times. So luckily I got past my 4th time. So that's the one barrier I had to get my valuer position in Valuer General's office. So once I got my driving license, and at the same time, I actually got MRICS qualification. So then I promoted as a valuer in Valuer General's office. And then I actually 2 years of worked as a valuer, and because of my good past working experience, I promoted as a senior valuer. Now I actually more similar as a district valuer in valuation department in Sri Lanka. So that's my career up to now. I don't know if I covered everything properly. Probably I missed something. Sorry if I missed anything. That's it, Rushini. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Bala sir.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Yeah. Thank you, Upali Madam and other organizing committee for inviting me as a part of the team to providing some idea and support to the graduates and undergraduate to prepare them for the international job market. Really, I'm happy to see here everyone and every graduates and undergraduate, and I hope to see someone in Australia in coming years also. Yeah. First of all, I would like to introduce myself as a EMB graduate, and I'm really proud about it. In my professional career, I will divide into 3 stages, especially in the weekend computer stages. My first stage started with the selection of estate management and valuation degree in University of Jayawardenepura. Yes, I finished my advanced level in Trincomalee in 2000. And after that, I entered the University of Sri Jayawardenepura in 2001. In Trincomalee, usually at that time, 35 to 40 students were selected to the university. Everyone went to the Jaffna University and Eastern University, but only me, I selected the Jayawardenepura to join with the EMB department. At the time of undergraduate degree, I was not such a great student. I could manage my degree with the only general pass and spend additional year also to complete my degree. That after completion of my degree, also I went to other part of the field, not particularly in the valuation sector. Actually, I wasted 3 years to work other private sector in other field. But after that, I realized to do something more related with the valuation field. Then I took decision to join with valuation department in 2000. That was a great decision at the moment. At the time, I selected. I was joined with assistant district valuer in valuation department in 2010. Actually, I worked with them nearly exactly 10 years, to 2010 to 2020. Actually, that was a place and platform to practice valuation. There was no pressure at all in valuation department to compare with my previous private sector. Most importantly, there was plenty of time to do valuations, and we have enough time to do travel with single valuation, and we can think more. We can write a report very differently and uniquely. That was a point. But at the moment, at the time, we are doing the valuation, but we need to go inspection morning and we have to submit the report at evening. That is the situation at the moment happening here. But at the time in valuation department, it was a good opportunity to, in terms of time, we had a lot of time to do those things. Really, when I was in department, I had a lot of time. During that time, I completed a couple of master studies and done most related. I done two research in related to property analysis. I also presented one of the research in the international conference conducted by Estate Management and Valuation Department in, I think, 2017. 2017. During this period, that when I was in department 10 years, I have completed 10 years myself. I prepared myself for next global stage. Although in 2013, I got IVSN membership for license in Sri Lanka, that everyone went to the lot of panel banks and but I selected only one bank to work with them for only for the learning purpose to mortgage valuation. That was also my one of the experience. And after that, nearly 2017 or something, I started to write RACS preliminary review. That's a kind of, in early days, we can't do MRACS or something without having an accredited degree. But RACS has changed some rules to enter all the related degree. So that's why I started to write my preliminary review pathway to get my valuation path, MRACS. In addition to that period, I also involved some other part of the field also. I got some town planning membership in Sri Lanka, and I got town planning degree and that in Sri Lanka. And that nowadays I converted it to the Australian recognition as well. During that 10 years was much valuable time for me in Sri Lanka, 2010 to 2020. My third stage started in 2020 to involving in the international job market. Yes, I got my MRACS recognition in actually 2020 February. Yes, I went to Australia in the third week of this February in 2020, and immediately started to convert my MRACS qualification into Australian recognition. Actually, it took nearly 1 year to get a local license here. Early days, I applied a lot of jobs with MRACS. Actually, I couldn't get that job opportunity. I will later discuss in question and answer session for that reason. But after I got my local license, that is certified practice valuer here, I applied 4 jobs, particularly in other states. and I got 4 interviews, all those, and all those employers are ready to provide the jobs. And I finally accepted the offer from CBRE. CBRE as a valuer. It's now I have completed nearly 1.5 years with them. At the moment, I feel that I have reached the final destination because now I am working with a well-developed system around me. Now I am the right place and enjoy field of valuation and spend my time to earn dollar. Particularly in my jobs is most flexible, more responsibility and more accountability. My office is actually based in Sydney, but I am working from nearly 100 kilometers away from my office. Actually, I'm working from home. I need to usually I need to make 4 to 5 inspections per daily. Every day that I don't need to drive far away from my home. That's all the inspection properties are available very close to me, just 15 to 20 kilometers. Then I need to make, if I go from home 9 o'clock morning, I will finish 3 to 4 inspection at 11 o'clock. I have to come home and I have to prepare some valuation reports at afternoon, need up in that one. That is how much flexible at the moment, enjoying that. Actually, the salary is not here fixed, particularly in the banking and finance, that's mortgage bank. If I do more inspection, more reports, we can able to get more salary here. Particularly yesterday, normally I got the inspection for 3 to 4, but yesterday I went to 9 or 10 inspection yesterday, Friday. So we can utilize some weekend also to prepare the reports and that we can get more earning. So that's my introduction from start to finish. Until if you want any question, you can ask regarding the job opportunities in Australia. Actually, it's a starting. If you want, feel free to call me any weekends. If you want any further clarification, I am available to answer you. After finishing this session, I will circulate some of the documents that's related membership and those things. You can go through that, and if you want, call me to ask anything about that. Okay, now you can start your question. We are ready to answer that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir and Miss. It's a very good starting to our discussion. So I wanna ask from Miss Nimesha. I will ask in Sinhala. ගොඩක් අපේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අපේ යුනිවර්සිටි අන්ඩර්ග්‍රැජුවේට් ගර්ල්ස්ලා හිතනවා මේ වැලුව කෙනෙක් වෙන එක ගර්ල්ස්ලාට ටිකක් අමාරුයි. යාලට ඔපචුනිටිස් එන්නේ නැහැ. එයාලව අඩුවෙන් රෙක්රූට්ස් කරන්නේ. ඒ වගේ challenges වලට මිස්ටත් මුහුණ දෙන්න උනාද in Australia? Or are there any restriction for a girl? Miss Nimesha?
Sorry. මම නම් හිතන්නේ මොකද කොහොමත් මේ ඔස්ට්‍රේලියාවේ නම් මොකද ජෙන්ඩර් ඩිස්ක්‍රිමිනේෂන් කරන්න බෑ. ඒක මෙහි ලෝ එකෙන් තියෙන එකක්. එහෙම කියන්නේ ගැහණු පිරිමි ભેදේ මත ජොබ්ස් ඔෆර් කරන්න බෑ මෙහි. ඒක එතන ඩිස්ක්‍රිමිනේට් කරන්න බෑ. බට් මම කියන්නේ ලංකාවේම ලෝ එකක් නැහැ. ඒ වුණාට අපි මම කිව්වා වගේ මම ඩිග්‍රී ඉවරේෂ එක මම අපේ ඔක්කොම බැච් එකම අපි ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් එකට ගියා. අපි ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් එක හොඳට අපි perform කරා. කියන්නේ අපි වැඩ කරා ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් එකේ ඇත්තටම. ඒක නිසා මම හිතන්නේ ගැහණු ළමෙක් වෙනවීම අපේ ප්‍රොෆෙෂන් එකට බලපානවා කියලා. හොඳ උදාහරණයක් තමයි දැන් මගේ ටීම් එක ගත්තොත් දැන් මම ඉන්නේ වැලුවේෂන් ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් එකේ කමර්ෂල් වැලුවේෂන් කියන ටීම් එකේ අපි ඇත්තටම මෙහෙ කරන්නේ මෙහෙ ලංකාවේ වගේ අපි මෙහෙ කරන්නේ ගවර්න්මන්ට් එකට සම්බන්ධ මිලදී ගැනීම ගවර්න්මන්ට් එක සම්බන්ධ property transactions ඒ valuations ඒ සහ ඊට අදාළ advice දෙන එක තමයි මෙහෙ කරන්නේ same as අපේ government valuation department එකේ. එතන මම ඉන්නේ acquisition team එකේ නේ. මෙහෙ teams තියෙන acquisition team එක තියෙනවා transaction team එක තියෙනවා commercial valuation team එක තියෙනවා කියලා. දැන් මම ඉන්නේ commercial valuation team එකේ අපි තමයි මුළු වික්ටෝරියා එකේම තියෙන commercial nature development sites ඊට පස්සේ major stakeholders ලගේ ඒ transactions handle කරන්නේ අපි තමයි valuation එක දෙන්නේ. So දැන් අපේ team එකේ ඇත්තටම ගත්තොත් මගේ මැනේජර්යි තව එක senior valuer කෙනෙක් කරනවා මගේ team එකේ ඉන්න අනිත් ඔක්කොම 8 දෙනාම ගහනවා. එතකොට මෙහෙ මං හිතන්නේ valuation department එකේ ගත්තත් මං හිතන්නේ 58-60% ඉන්නේ ගෑනු කට්ටිය තමයි වැඩ කරන්නේ. ඒ නිසා profession එකට මම හිතන්නේ ගෑනු ළමෙක් වෙන එක කියන එක ප්‍රශ්නයක් කියලා. ඔයාලා හොඳට කියන්නේ තමන් කරන දේ හරියට කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කරද්දී එතකොට මම හිතන්නේ ගැහණුද පිරිමිද කියන එක ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙනවා කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ courage එක අපිට තියෙන්න ඕනේ පිරිමින්ට sorry මම මෙතන discriminate කරන්නේ නැහැ. but මම කියන්නේ ගැහණු ළමෙක් වුණා කියන එක මම කවදාවත් මේ ඒක මට ප්‍රශ්නයක් කරගත්තේ නැහැ. මම ඇත්තටම දැනුණත් මම හරි සතුටුයි මේ මම අද ඉන්න තැන ගැන සහ මම ඇත්තටම මට පුළුවන් නම් මගේ හස්බන්ඩ් ගෙන්වත් මම ඒකට හෙල්ප් එක ගන්න නැහැ. කියන්නේ මම හැමතිස්සෙම මට පුළුවන් නම් මට කරනවා. මට බැරිම දෙයක් වුණොත් මම මගේ හස්බන්ඩ් ගෙන් හෙල්ප් එක ඉල්ලන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ එහෙම තැනට අපි ආවොත් මට හිතෙනවා අපි එතකොට අපි හරි ශක්තිමත්. අපිට ඕන දෙයකට මුණ දෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ජොබ් එකේ වුණත් අපිට ලොකු කියන්නේ බාලකයි අපිට මෙහි සමහර ඉන්ස්පෙක්ෂන්ස් තියෙනවා මේ කරන්න ටිකක් අමාරුයි. ඒ කියන්නේ ඇත්තටම සමහර rural sites තියෙනවා අපිට යන්න අමාරුයි. සමහරක් විට මෙහි තියෙනවා පැති. ඒ කියන්නේ අර අපි කියනවා මෙහි ගොඩක් low income අපි කොහොමද කියන්නේ the criminal rates වැඩි. ටිකක් අර කියන්නේ එහෙම තියෙන මටම හොඳ උදාහරණ මටම වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි ඉන්ස්පෙක්ෂන් එකකට ගියා. ඉන්ස්පෙක්ෂන් එකට එතනදී මගේ ක්ලයන්ට් උනේ මම මේ වැලුව කෙනෙක් වෙලා ඉන්න කාලේ මම මේ ගෑනු ළමයි ඒ කියන හින්දා මම මේ කියන්නේ වැලුව විදිහට ඉන්න කාලේ මට ආව ජොබ් එකක්. එතකොට අපි හැන්ඩල් කරනවා මේ Department of Social and Human Services කියන ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් එක. ඒ කියන්නේ එතකොට එයාලා තමයි low income කරන කට්ටිය drug addicts ලට එහෙම අයට ගෙවල් දෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලන්ව අර මෙහි සලකනවල එයාලට. එතකොට එයාලට ගෙවල් දෙන්න ඕන හින්දා මම මේ ඇසස්මන්ට් එකට තමයි ගියේ. ඒ වගේ පැත්තකට ගියේ. මට කීයක තිබ්බා මොකද ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් එකට අයිති ගියේ හින්දා කීයක මට තිබ්බා හොඳ වෙලාවට මම ඇසිස්ටන්ට් වල කෙනෙක්ට ගියේ කීයක තිබ්බා මට කීයකින් මම දොර අරින්න ගියා ඉස්සරහා මට දොර අරින්න බෑ මම අපිට කියලා තියෙන මුලින්ම ප්‍රොපර්ටි එකට යන්න කලින් නොක් කරන්න කියලා ඒක අපේ ප්‍රොපර්ටි ගවර්න්මන්ට් ප්‍රොපර්ටි එකක් වුණාට අපිට කියන්නේ නොක් කරන්න අපි දන්නේ කවුද ඇතුලේ ඉන්නේ කියන එක ඒක ඊට පස්සේ මම නොක් කරා දොර අරි කවුරුත් ආවේ නැහැ ඊට පස්සේ මම ගාව යතුරු තිබ්බා මම යතුරෙන් දොර අරින්න හැදුවා යතුරෙන් දොර අරින්න බෑ ඊට පස්සේ මට තේරුණා ලොක් එක වෙනස් කරලා කියලා මේකේ ඊට පස්සේ මම ගියා පිටිපස්ස පැත්තෙන් යද්දී මට තේරුණා ස්කොටර්ස්ලා දෙන්නෙක් දැන් මේක ඇතුලේ ඉන්නවා කියලා බලද්දී ඒගොල්ලෝ දැන් ඩ්‍රග්ස් ගන්නවා ඉතින් ඇත්තටම ඒක මෙහි හැටියට ඒක සේෆ් සිටුේෂන් එකක් නෙමේ whether boy or girl to attend මෙහි කියන්නේ එහෙම ඉන්නවනම් අපි එතනට යන්න බෑ ඉතින් ඒතර මම කවුරුත් හිටියේ නෑ මේ පැත්තේ ඒත් ඉතින් මම ගියා මම කතා කළා එතකොට එයාලා කිව්වා මෙහෙම මේක ඇරලා තිබ්බේ අපි ඇවිල්ලා පදිච්චි වුණා අපි මෙහෙම දෙයක් දන්නේ නැහැ ඊට පස්සේ එයාලා ඇත්තටම එහෙම නෑ ඒගොල්ලෝ මං කිව්වා මෙහෙම ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා මේක ගවර්න්මන්ට් ප්‍රොපර්ටි එකක් මට කතා කරනවා පොලිසියට හරි මට ඒ ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් එකට කියන්න වෙනවා එතකොට එයාලා කිව්වා නෑ එහෙනම් ඔයා අපි යන්නම් අර ඒ වගේ කියන්නේ මම කියන්නේ ඒ කියන්නේ සේෆ් නෑ කියලා බට් අපිට තියෙනවා මේ සමහරක් හරි අමාරු තැන් ඩීල් කරන්න විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ ගර්ල් කෙනෙක් විදිහට බට් අපිට කරේජ් එක තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කරේජ් එක අරගෙන අපි ගිහිල්ලා කතා කරොත් කිසිම මිනිසෙක් මම කියන්නේ නරක නැහැ. බට් how we are approaching to them. So ඒක අපි කොහොමද යාව හැන්ඩල් කරන්නේ අපිට ඒක අපිවත් සේෆ් කරගෙන අපේ සිටුේෂන් එක හැන්ඩල් කරනවා නම් ගෑනු ළමෙක්ට මට හිතෙනවා මේ ලෝකේ ගෑනු ළමයින්ට කරන්න බැරි දෙයක් නැහැ කියලා.
Thank you Miss. මම ඊළඟට අහන්නේ දැන් අපිට foreign job opportunity එකක් හොයා ගන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් මොන හරි දෙයක් ගැන දැනගන්න. අපි කොහොමද අපිව develop කරගන්නේ කියලා දැනගන්න contacts කියන දේ ගොඩක් වැදගත්. ඒක නිසා මේ professional contacts ගොඩනගා ගන්න එක, මේ network ගොඩනගා ගන්න එක ඉතාමත් වැදගත්. So, sir and miss, can you brief us on how to interact with the outside world and develop our professional network upon your experiences.
Yeah, I will answer. Okay. That's normally at the moment we can say LinkedIn is one of the most popular and powerful network to connect with the most of the employers and things. But anyway, and on the other side, we need to think about, and nowadays what we are doing. First, we are completing the degree. After that, only we are trying to find the connect the people with other part. But I think as a student, they have to start from the first year. But you think that if you are studying in the Jayawardena, so you have to connect with the students, most of them in the other part of the world. If you go to Canada, USA, and Australian students. But I will give one of the example. When I was studying in my second master studies in University of Moratuwa, there's a town and country planning department. There was a degree, master of spatial planning, management and design. The University of Town and Country Plan, the Department of Town and Country Plan, they have arranged one of the two collaborative study with University of Lathrop University in Melbourne. Most of the students came there to field trips and joint research and assignments. We participated a lot of things at the time. But nowadays we can see that those students are in Melbourne in the good position. It was held in 7 or 8 years back, but nowadays they are the good position at the town planning and other field. If I need any help, I can ask from them. Those we need to develop our network system from undergraduate study. That is my answer.
මිස් එතකොට මිස් ගෑනු ළමයෙක් විදිහට දැන් අර කිව්වා වගේ අපිට යම්කිසි බැරියර්ස් තියෙනවා අපිට ඩීල් කරන්න වෙන විශේෂයෙන් ගෑනු ළමයෙක් විදිහට. එතකොට ගෑනු ළමයෙක් විදිහට අපි කොහොමද නෙට්වර්ක් ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල් නෙට්වර්ක් එක මිස් ඒ කාලේදී ගොඩනගා ගත්තේ යුනිවර්සිටි එකේ ඉන්න ගමන් සහ රීසන්ට් පාස්ට් වුණ ගමන් කොහොමද මිස් ගොඩනගා ගත්තේ මේ නෙට්වර්ක් එක?
මෙහෙම මම නම් ඇත්තටම මං දෙන්න තියෙන ඇඩ්වයිස් එකක් තමයි මගේ ඔය මේ ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් එකේ ඉන්න අන්ඩර්ග්‍රැජුවේට්ස් නම් ළමයිලට අපිට ඔපචුනිටිස් එනවා. සමහරට ඒ ඔපචුනිටිස් අපි දන්නෙත් නැහැ අපිට එනවා. අපි ඔපචුනිටි එක අරගන්න ඕනේ. ඒ අපි දැන් මම හිතනවා මට හම්බෙච්ච හැම ඔපචුනිටි එකක්ම මම ගත්ත හින්දා මම අර උපරිමිස් කිව්වා වගේ මම ඉස්සර ප්‍රසන්ට් කරන්න ගියත් මම ටීම් එකේ මම තමයි ප්‍රසන්ට් කරන්නේ. ඒ වගේම මම දන්නේ මගේ බැච් එකේ ගොඩක් කට්ටිය තවමත් මේ මම දන්නේ ඉස්සර මගේ විදිහක් තිබ්බා මගේ ටීම් එකේ මම ගෲප් ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් කරලා මොකක් හරි යම තියනවා මම මගේ ටීම් එකේ කරලා මම අපේ කරන්න බැරි ඉන්න කට්ටියගේ ටීම් වලටත් මම අසයින්මන්ට්ස් කරලා එයාලට කරන හැටි ඒ කියන්නේ මම ගොඩක් උදව් කරනවා මම විතරක් කරගන්න නැතුව මම මගේ බැච් එකේ ගොඩක් කට්ටිය කියයි ඒ කියන්නේ මම ඇත්තටම මට හොඳට මතකයි මේ ඩිග්‍රී සර්ටිෆිකේට් එක අරගෙන එක අයියා කෙනෙක් ඇවිල්ලා මට කිව්වා මේ නංගි මේ ඩිග්‍රී සර්ටිෆිකේට් එක අයිති වෙන්න ඕනේ ඔයාට කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට සපෝට් කරගෙන පුළුවන් තරම් ඉදිරියට යන සහ මට අපි ගෑනු ළමෙක් කියලා නෙමෙයි පිරිමි ළමෙක් උනත් කමන්නේ මොකක් හරි ඔපචුනිටි එකක් ඔයාලට හම්බ වෙනවා කියලා දැක්කොත් සමහරට ඔපචුනිටි එකක් හම්බෙන්නේ නැත්නම් ඒ අවස්ථාව ඔපචුනිටි එකක් කරගන්න අපි දැනගන්න ඕනේ. දැන් ඇත්තටම අර මං කිව්වේ මගේ ලයිෆ් එක ලොකු ටර්න් එකක් ආවේ අර චෝවා ඒ කොන්ෆරන්ස් එකේ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ කොන්ෆරන්ස් එක ලංකාවේ තිබ්බේ නැත්නම් මං අද සමහරක් විට මේ තත්ත්වයේ ඉන්න එකක් නෑ. සමහරක් විට මම මේ තත්ත්වයේ ඉන්න එකක් නැති වෙයි. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද ඒක හරි රෙයා සිටුේෂන් එකක් ලංකාවට ඒ කොන්ෆරන්ස් එක ආපු එක කොහොම හරි ඒ වෙලාවේදී මට මාව සිලෙක්ට් උනේ කමිටි එකට විතරයි. ඒ ඕගනයිසිං කමිටි එකට. ඊට පස්සේ ලංකාවෙන් ස්පීච් එකක් ඩිලිවර් කරගන්න කෙනෙක් හිටියේ නැහැ. ඇත්තම කිව්වොත් ඉතින් ඊට පස්සේ චීෆ් වැලුව ඒ කාලේ හිටිය මගේ චීෆ් වැලුව හැව්වා නිමේෂ ඔයාට ප්‍රසන්ට් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. දැන් මට ඒක ලොකු චැලෙන්ජ් එකක්. මොකද එතන ප්‍රසන්ට් කරපු ඔක්කොමලම ප්‍රසන්ට් කරා කන්ට්‍රීස් 7ක 8ක වගේ ඔක්කොම හිටිය චීෆ් වැලුවර්ස්ලා. එතකොට ඒකෙන් එක්කෙනෙක් තමයි මට ඒක ලොකු චැලෙන්ජ් එකක් වුණා. ඒ කියන්නේ මට පුළුවන් වෙයිද මේක කරන්න කියලා. බට් මට ඒ වෙලාවේ තිබුණා සමහරක් විට මේක මගේ හොඳ ඔපචුනිටි එකක්. මම මේ චැලෙන්ජ් එක බාර අර ගන්නවා. අමාරුවෙන් හරි කරනවා. සමහරක් විට මම ඒ not up to that standard. මට කොහොමත් එයාලත් එක්ක මේ ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් එක නෑ. එතන ආවේ ඔක්කොම එතන ආව ක්වීන්ස්ලන්ඩ් වැලුවේෂන් ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් එකේ හෙඩ් ඔෆ් ද ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් ආවා. අපේ වැලුව ජෙනරල් වික්ටෝරියා එකේ හෙඩ් ඔෆ් ද ඩිපාර්ට්මන්ට් ආවා. ඊට පස්සේ මං හිතන්නේ තව මට මතක හැටියට ඉන්දියන් මට මතක නෑ ඒවන ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාව පාව දෙක මට හොඳට මතකයි. තව කොහොම හරි කන්ට්‍රීස් 7ක හරි 8ක හරි වැලුව හෙඩ් ඔෆ් වැලුවර්ස්ලා ආවා. එතකොට මට ඇත්තටම හරිම බයක් තිබ්බා. ඒ කියන්නේ මට බයට වඩා මට හිතුනේ මට ලැජ්ජ වෙන්න වෙයිද කියලා. එතන ගිහිල්ලා එක ලොකු දවස් දෙක ලොකු කොන්ෆරන්ස් එකක්. ඒවට මම මේ හිතාගත්ත නෑ මට මේක සමහරට මට මගේ ලයිෆ් එකට ලැබෙන එකම chance එක මම වැරදෙන්න හරි මම කරනවා කියලා. මම ඇත්තටම මේ මම මගේ පෝස්ට් මාස්ටර් එකේ මම කරපු මගේ thesis එක ඒක මම ඇත්තටම පබ්ලිෂ් කරා තැන් දෙකක. ඒක ඇත්තටම ඉන්ටර්නැෂනලි මේක පබ්ලිෂ් වුණා. ඉතින් මම ඒක සෙට් කරගත්තා කරන්න කියලා. ඒක කරාට පස්සේ තමයි මම හිතේ මට ඒක කරාට පස්සේ මගේ බය නැති වුණා. හැබැයි එතනින් තමයි මට හිතුනේ මට රොබ් මාෂ් මීට් වුණා. රොබ් මාෂ් ඊට පස්සේ කිව්වා මගේ හොඳ ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකක් හොඳට ෆැක්ට්ස් තිබ්බා ඒකේ. ඊට පස්සේ එතනින් පටන් ගත්ත කොන්වර්සේෂන් එක තමයි අද මම මෙතනින් ඉවර කරේ නෑ. මම තාම මේ මම actually reach to my professional career. මට තව ආයිත් ඇත්තටම career එකේ reach කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. ඉතින් මම ගෑනු පිරිමි කියලා ભેදයක් නැහැ. There will be no difference, no gender difference. You need to take the every and all opportunity you are getting at the moment, or if that not may be a opportunity, if that may be a chance, but you need to convert that to opportunity, right? So ඒක තමයි මට ඔයාලට කියන්න තියෙන්නේ. professional networking ගත්තොත් ඔයාලා හැමතිස්සෙම connect වෙන්න බලන්න. ඔයාලගේ කට්ටියත් එක්ක සහ ඔය අපිට ඔයාලට උඩින් එක ස්ටෙප් එකක් හරි උඩින් ඉන්න තමන්ගේ related career එකේ ඉන්න කට්ටියත් එක්ක. එතකොට මම කියන්නේ ඔයාලට ජොබ් එකක් හම්බ වෙයි කියලා. but ඒ හම්බෙන පොඩි හරි හින්ට් එක ඔයාලට වැදගත්. ඒක කවුන්ට් වෙනවා ඔයාලගේ career path එක හදාගෙන යද්දී. ඒක නිසා social networking කියන එක very important. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙ ගොඩාක් විට මං දකින දෙයක් තමයි ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාවේ සහ මේ මගේ මෙල්බන් එකේ අපේ මගේ ඔෆිස් එකේ ගත්තොත් මේගොල්ලෝ අපේ ඔෆිස් එකේ කට්ටිය සහ ඒගොල්ලෝ අනිත් කට්ටියත් එක්ක එකතු වෙලා සමහරක් විට once a month වගේ ඒගොල්ලෝ once a month Friday ඒගොල්ලෝ drink එකකට යනවා. ඒ යන්නේ ඒ අර social gathering same as ඒගොල්ලන්ට සමහර අය ගිහිල්ලා කතා වෙලා මම මෙයාත් එක්ක මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ කතා කරා. එයා කියනවා මේ valuation එකට මෙන්න මෙහෙම තමයි address කරන්න හොඳ. ඒ කියන්නේ එතන තියෙනවා social gathering, but එතන behind තියෙනවා එයාලා ගිහිල්ලා එයාලගේ professional development එක හදාගන්න. අන්න ඒ වගේ මම හිතනවා මේ whatever මේ දැන් අපි ඔය තියෙන ඔය social networking කියන එක improve කරගන්න ඕනේ අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම. අපේ degree එකත් එක්කම තමන්ට ඒක අතර කියන්නේ ඒක හොඳ social කියන්නේ ඒක තමන්ගේ හිතටත් හොඳයි කතා බහ කරලා එහෙම ඉන්න එක සහ ඉතින් තමන්ටත් අවස්ථාවක් උදා කරගන්න පුළුවන්. කොහොමද මේ hints පොඩි hint එකක් හරි සමහරට එයාට වඩා ජොබ් එකක් දෙන්න බැරි වුණත් but එයාට කියන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි ඔයාට මොකද්ද කරන්න පුළුවන් ඒක කරගන්න කියන එක. ඒක නිසා මම කියන්නේ keep connected. ඒක තමයි හැමතිස්සෙම වෙන්න ඕනේ.
Thank you, Miss. Next, sir and madam, how far was it important for you to having best English knowledge to find a foreign job, and to which extent will it be important for us to enter a foreign job?
when we are thinking about English, we always think speaking. Yeah, yes, that is most important. But if you face interview, that is more supportive at the moment. In addition to, if you go to that first meeting with your employer, that you can express everything through the speaking only. No, so in addition to that, as a valuer, we need to more improve our skill in writing. And you have to create your art of writing, particularly for report writing and everything. That's I told you in early days when I was in valuation department. If I have an opportunity to go through a particular single report, I will take more time, 2 to 3 days, to write down those things, how to express the things in properties. Those that situation is here also happening. If you go to the particular properties, if I find some uniqueness in the properties, if I find some essential repairs and maintenance, as a valuer, we have to write down everything. Speaking is most important, the best attraction with employer. Anyway, as a valuer, you have to, writing part is much important to travel as a long journey as a valuer. That is the things I can able to do. Yeah.
Miss Takine කොහොමද ඒක?
Sorry මම පොඩ්ඩක් distract වුණා. comments මේ දාලා තියෙන ඉතින් කට්ටියට ඒවට reply කරලා ඉතින් මට පොඩ්ඩක් ප්‍රශ්න කියනවාද? Sorry.
Miss, how far was it important for you to having best English knowledge to find foreign job, and to which extent will it be important for us to enter foreign job?
Okay, look, best English knowledge, I don't know how to interpret it, but I would say we don't want to, probably Bala might agree with me, we don't want, like, you know, fluent in English to start a job, I mean, start a valuer job in Australia, right? I mean, we need English knowledge. We need to talk, like, you know, we need to talk, and we need to understand. We need to, like, write a short report, but that doesn't mean like you should have like a fluency in English, right? So if you can manage your English, if you have working knowledge of English, that will sufficient. But that's my different when you are applying to PR or when you are applying to student visa, but they have a particular band you need to get from, like IELTS or PTE, right? So that's different. But to start as a assistant valuer, I think that's the basic point, because I don't know that no one can get a valuer job here straightly without API or MRICS. So to start as an assistant valuer, if you have working knowledge of English, if you can, you know, manage, you know, like if you can work in English, that's well enough. But, you know, eventually you will learn, and you will get enhanced, you know, get improved from your own language, I mean English language. Even though when I start here in Valuer General's office, my first thing, like I had, like the worst thing I had is getting their accent, they understand the accent. Here accent is very different, and they are using a different language that's called slangs. So even though we have, like, you know, good knowledge of English, it's very understand Australian language, Australian, you know, spoken language, because they are using lots of slang. That slangs means there's word that it's understand by only Australians, like, you know, there are lots of slang. So it's so to get used to that, you need to work, and you need to talk, and you need to you know, talk with them. And once we are, you know, communicating with the day-to-day communication, so we can improve our accent and you know, that, you know, language. So that's my advice to you. So you need to have a, like, good English knowledge, but that not meant you need to have a fluency in English, right? So I think I answered the question correctly.
මිස් මට තව දෙයක් දැනගන්න ඕනේ. අර මිස් මෙන්ෂන් කරා වගේ ස්ටුඩන්ට් කෙනෙක් විදිහට අපි යනකොට අර රික්වයර්ඩ් බෑන්ඩ් එකක් තියෙනවා IELTS වල නම් අපි හිතමු 6.5 වගේ බෑන්ඩ් එකක් අපි ස්කෝර් කරන්න ඕනේ. නමුත් යම්කිසි ස්ටුඩන්ට් කෙනෙක් හිටියොත් පාස්ඩ් අවුට් වුණා හරි අන්ඩර් ග්‍රැජුවේට් හරි එයාට ඒ ස්ටුඩන්ට් කෙනෙක් විදිහට යන්න ඒ බෑන්ඩ් එක එයාට ප්‍රමාණවත් නොවුනොත් අපි කරන්නේ ඉංග්‍රීසි මීඩියම් 4 year degree එකක්. ඒක යූස් කරගෙන අපිට එතන opportunity එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්ද? එහෙම ඉංග්‍රීසි එච්චර දුරකට knowledgeable නැති කෙනෙක් කොහොමද මේ ටාස්ක් එක වින් කරන්න පුළුවන්?
ඔය visa entry requirements on to be honest again ඒක මම දන්නේ නැහැ ඒක කාලින් කාලට entry දැන් අපිට PR එක ගනිද්දි මට තිබ්බේ general 6 කියන්නේ මට හිතෙන්නේ තියෙන lowම band එක general 6 මම දන්නේ දැන් current band එක කොහොමද කියලා මම හිතන්නේ දැන් චුට්ටක් වෙනස් ඇති ඕක but general 6 කියන්නේ ඇත්තටම achievable band එකක් මොකද මම ඇත්තටම කිව්වොත් මට ඇත්තම කතා කරද්දී මම කැම්පස් යන කාලේ මගේ ඉංග්‍රීසි fluent නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ මට තිබ්බේ නිකන් අර working English knowledge එකක් කිව්වොත් හරි. මම IELTS ගියාට පස්සේ මම හිතන්නේ මට හමුවා IELTS 6.5. IELTS කියන්නේ it's not a actual English exam. It's ඔයාලා කැම්පස් එකේ exam කරන එක්කෙනාට මම කියන්නේ IELTS that's just a one exam. It's just how you get used to those, the reading papers, listening papers. What I did, I went to like straight 1 month to British Council from straight 9 to 6. Did every book, IELTS book in British Council library. So after 1 month, I did my exam. So I spent only 1 month of studying all the listening test and I did all past papers. So then I went to the IELTS exam. So I got 6.5 band. So it's kind of how you face that exam. It's just an exam. It's just not a learning. You are not learning any English from IELTS. So how if you can do more and more past papers and then you can get that score. But what I'm saying is to come here to work here මට බෝල් කියන්න බෑ අපිට ඉංග්‍රීසි ඕනේ. සිංහල විතරක් කතා කරනවා නම් සිංහල විතරක් ලියන්න කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා අපිට මෙහි ඇවිල්ලා වැඩ කරන්න බෑ. ඒක ඉතින් ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් නෑනේ. හැබැයි ඔයාට මම කියන්නේ මේ what you call like මෙහි ඔස්ට්‍රේලියන්ස්ලා වගේ අපිට ඉංග්‍රීසි කතා කරන්න ඕනෙත් නෑ. අපිට වාට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කියන එක තේරෙනවා නම් රීඩ් කරගන්න පුළුවන් නම් report එකක් small report එකක් වාට type කරගන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඉංග්‍රීසි එකේ සහ සාමාන්‍ය මට්ටමට කතා කරගන්න පුළුවන් නම් grammar වැරදුනත් කමක් නැහැ but if you can convey your message ඒක තමයි at the end of the day මෙහෙවනේ මම හිතන්නේ දැන් මම ඇත්තටම දැන් අපේ කට්ටියත් එක්ක කතා කරද්දී they are not using 100% perfect grammar ඒක වෙන්නේ නැහැ කවදාවත් but at the end of the day අපිට convey කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා අපේ message එක. ඒතර ඒක කරගන්න පුළුවන් නම් අපිට assistant value job එක ගන්න මොකද අමාරු නෑ මොකද assistant value වගේ role එක තියෙන්නේ මෙහෙ value ට assist කරන එක විතරයි. එතකොට ඊට එහයින් එයාට කිසිම මොකක්ද ඒකට කියන්නේ responsibility එකක් නැහැ. එතකොට but value කියන්නේ මෙහෙ value කෙනෙක් මම දන්නේ valuation department එකේ value වුණොත් එයාට English තියෙන්න ඕනේ මොකද එයා conference of value කියන එකට ගිහිල්ලා තමන්ගේ valuation එක defense කරන්න පුළුවන් තියෙන මට්ටමකට එයාට English තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒක ටිකක් advanced English but අපි start කරන්නේ assistant value කියන එකනේ. ඒතර assistant value කියන එකට ගොඩක් English කියන එක අවශ්‍ය නැහැ but you should have working knowledge of English. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ මම දැන් ඔය මේ ආවට පස්සේ මම network එකේ මම නංගි කෙනෙක් මට කතා කරලා එයාට මේ assistant value හම්බෙලා තිබ්බා. ඉතින් ඇත්තටම මම කියන්නේ assistant value දැන් seek කියන site එකට ගියොත් assistant value දාලා තියෙනවා මම හිතන්නේ 10ක් 15ක් විතර මෙල්බන් වල. ඒ කියන්නේ එච්චර jobs demand එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලෝ බලන්නේ degree එකයි driving license එකයි ඔයාට වැඩ කරගන්න ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් වැඩ කර ගැනීමේ හැකියාව විතරයි. but ඊට පස්සේ ගියාට පස්සේ ඉතින් කොහොමත් ඒක අපේ ඉංග්‍රීසි එක කියන එක කොහොමත් හැදෙනවා. ඉතින් එතන ගියාට පස්සේ කතා බහ කරලා ඒ ගියාට පස්සේ අවුරුදු ගානක් යද්දි හැදෙනවා. ඒක නිසා මම හිතන්නේ නැහැ ඒකට එච්චර worry වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා. but ඔයාලා ඉංග්‍රීසි කරන්න ඕනේ. ඉංග්‍රීසි තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒක ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒක කියන්නේ අර එතන ඒක බයක් තියාගෙන මට ඒක නිසා මේක කරගන්න බෑ කියන මට්ටමකට එන්න එපා කියලා තමයි මම කියන්නේ.
Thank you. Dear sir and madam, what sort of qualifications do we need for estate management and valuation related jobs in Australia? And what are the areas do we need to improve ourselves when comparing to our local syllabus and international requirements? I mean, subjects or working experiences or any other skills likewise? Balkumar sir.
First, I will a little bit about the English language, but what are the band needed for here? No, early days as a skill migration process that depends on the point system. Early days, most of them able to get with the 65 or 70 points. At the time, 6 or 6.7, that was enough. But nowadays we can see it's a high competition for the skill migration. After the COVID situation, most of the Indians, there's a lot of pending applications. They are coming nowadays. Most of them have to submit the IELTS, those around 8 band also. But by comparing the IELTS and PTE, that is IELTS little bit difficult. If you're able to get IELTS examination on 6 band, the same you can get PTE 7. That little bit easy. So anyway, if you want to come, you must concentrate on PTE examination. That is good. In Australia, particularly in the English, we are mostly dealing with the properties, not public. So just we have to do daily inspections. That's we need to speak with, make appointment, speak with owners and those things. In addition, sometimes if we give some 5 to, sometimes banks will ask justification if our valuation will overvalue or undervalue. Sometimes they will justification. We have to in writing report to them. At the time we have to explain everything. That's already I told now. We have to develop our writing skill. If they are not satisfaction with our justification, they will call us for the justification. So at that level we have to improve that our language. Particular regarding what's your second question now?
What sort of qualifications and to improve ourselves during our undergraduate period?
I think you don't improve. You have an accredited degree, no? So everything that you don't worry about that. That's everything's fine. Most probably your degree, if you got here is a Australian Property Institute managing all the valuation and membership, everything. They can actually, if you have an RACS accredited degree, definitely they will consider that they will treat your degree as equal to Australian qualification. That's the thing. I want to tell you regarding that anyway. After completion of degree, you all have to complete some associate membership, RACS or RACS. That's you should work for that one to keep that one. After that only you can enter. If you come here without those things, it is a little bit difficult to convert, get your local license here. If you have those, so if you got after completion of degree, it's take only 1 year now, get associate membership. that after 1 year you can able to complete as a competency and case study. After without facing interview, you can get associate RACS. Otherwise, 24 months structured training for the MRACS. So better to work on that one. It will be more supportive get job. Yeah, that's all.
සර් හිතනවාද දැන් සර් වැඩ කරනකොට එහෙ ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාවේ අපි මෙහෙ ඉගෙනගත්තු සබ්ජෙක්ට් සහ අපි ගත්තු නොලෙජ් එක තව මෙන්න මේ වගේ දේවල් ටිකක් ඇඩ් වුණා නම් අපිට තව හොඳයි කියලා තියෙන සජෙෂන්ස් මොනවයි තියෙනවද? මෙන්න මේ වගේ ස්කිල්ස් මේ වගේ IT පැත්තට නැඹුරු වෙච්ච මෙන්න මේ වගේ දේවල් වගේ ඉගෙන ගත්තොත් තව හොඳයි. අන්න ඒ වගේ දේවල් තියෙනවද?
එක මටත් එච්චර සබ්ජෙක්ට් වයිස් මොනක් සබ්ජෙක්ට් තියෙනවා කියලා මට දන්නේ මං ස්ටඩි කරපු ඒක ඔක්කොම මෙතනින් ඇප්ලයි කරන්න පුළුවන්. එච්චර අපි ස්ටඩි කර සාමාන්‍ය 15-20 years back to compare with you, but still you have developed much more, no? So you don't worry about it. You get everything you have. Yeah, that's good.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I'm going to ask a common question which we all have in every department. That is, the majority of students have lower class degrees. So what is the motivation that you can give for them to plan their foreign job targets upon your experiences, or else what are the best tips which you can share with them? Miss Nimesha?
Okay. Look, I want everyone to motivate, and I want everyone to tell that you need to try to get at least a class, right? So it's not hard. So only thing is you need to come to come to participate like all lectures, and do presentations and assignments at the within the given time period. So if you can maintain at least if it's 80%, it's hard. At least if you can maintain 70 to 60% of attendance to your the lectures, and also if you can duly submit your assignments and presentation. So I don't think getting a lower class degree, at least a lower class pass, isn't difficult one to you. But I don't know. I always wanted a good pass. I mean the class pass, because it's for my self-satisfaction. So, and also if you get a good pass, means you have a good knowledge of your subject, either it's evaluation or management or whatever the subject you are doing. That's the pass means that's your final result. So if you got a first class, that I believe the person who got the first class, they had like a good knowledge and how about that particular degree. That not saying if you just a pass, I mean that's a general pass. But my advice to you is, if you can, try to get at least a class pass. But if we cannot not all we can't expect same from everyone, but at least you need to get a general pass, because that means you need to do your degree or maybe subjects again. So I encourage you to get a good pass. Good pass means that's not just I know maybe you might think what for this class, and the only thing is we need like a good job to do. That means we need more experience. But always think, when you have a good pass, that means you have a good knowledge of what you studied, and so that's and also when you go to a job interview, for example, you are going to an interview with 3 other candidates. So all 3 have the same, this is just an example. all three have the same experience qualifications, but you got a second class degree or first class degree. So maybe you might get a chance because of you got a class, because the other candidates maybe just have a general pass or something, but the same qualification, same experience as you. So you might get selected because of you got the class. So if you have a capacity to work to get a class, so my advice always is to target to get a class. But if not, don't discourage. If you get a general pass, try to get a good working experience. With the working experience also with the general pass, I think you might find a good job in Sri Lanka or maybe in overseas.
Balkumar sir?
Yeah, class is always best, but I had general pass in my undergraduate studies. I managed only 2 point or something. I got it. That was my undergraduate. But anyway, I completed after that masters. I rectified those issues and I done well, and I got both of masters with a good pass. Then still I remember that when I was in Sri Lanka, I tried to find the valuation jobs in early days. I applied to two of the private firm in 2010 before joining the valuation department. They directly asked that about classes. They said if I have a class, they will recruit. Otherwise, no. That's the answer I got in that in early days. But particularly if you have a general pass, don't worry about that in here. But normally, if you have a general pass, everything they will consider that is okay. Anyway, you have a basic, no, that you can drive that through that one. Don't worry about if you have it. But anyway, in the undergraduate, you have enough time, no. You can able to spend your valuable time into doing the assignments and everything. You're better to go get the class. That is really additional knowledge. You can apply anywhere. That's the thing.
Thank you, sir. As my last question, I would like to know what sort of a training opportunities or job opportunities available in Australia for our undergraduates or recent outpassed finals.
Yeah, that's already I told, no, that you have an RSS accredited degree, that is Australian Property Institute. Most probably, I'm 100% sure they will treat as equal to the Australian standard. If you are in Australia, actually, don't worry about that. Normally, here in the process, if you have an RSA accredited degree in the Australian Property Institute, they will directly provide the provisional membership. That's mean you have to work with one of the senior valuer for 1 year. It's mean you have to inspect the properties with a senior valuer, and you have to face interview after 1 year. That is a first interview. Then they will provide one of the membership residential property valuer. Then we can go to that inspection independently, but we have to submit a report with one of the senior valuer, co-signature. We need to put that one. So it's take another 1 year. We have to face one more interview. After that, after 2 years only, we can qualify as a valuer, that is certified practicing valuer. In this case, if you are in here, but if when you are in Sri Lanka, this path is impossible. But first of all, you should have the valid visa. So early days, we had a lot of opportunities, a lot of visas, but nowadays there's only things. There's 2 kind of visas available: 482 and 494 visa. Those are the employer sponsor visa. First of all, you have to approach the employer from Sri Lanka. Then they will, but after completion of a degree, most probably they also, all the employers consider your experience. They will ask the experience. In addition to experience, most important, they will check whether you have an international license. That means associate RACS or MRACS. Only that position they will think about. You can easily convert that license into local license here. Then they will start the process as a job offer. I know some of the students, 2 or 3 of them nowadays got job offer from Sri Lanka. They try to come here at the moment. Yeah. First, you should approach the employer in this situation. Thank you.
Ms. Nimesha?
Look, yes, so I know most of our student, graduates like to get a valuer job, but I want you to, actually, I just went through API website, and API actually at the moment, they are giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 certifications for property, degree holders. So those are like, certified property practice, certified property valuer, certified property, certified development practice, certified commercial property manager, certified fund manager, certified facility manager. So I don't want our student to just limited to valuation profession only, because our degree is real estate management and valuation. So we are always try to ignore the management part, and we are trying to get the valuation, the valuation part to go ahead. But according to my experience, if you can be a valuer, that's good. That's a good earning opportunity here. But if you cannot get a valuation, accreditation or the membership here, I want you to seek another path. There are lots of, I think, I actually, if anyone can interested, I'm happy to share details, but I need to do a research also. I think if you have a PSc degree in valuation, and there is a small course here you can follow for real estate agents, and you can become a real estate agent here if you have a good English knowledge and good English practice. And that's one career path you can think about once you completing the degree. And also property managers. So here we have lots of property managers, even though in the almost all company here or government entity, what I know about the government entities, they have land managers, property officers. Those are also what you call jobs available. Most, I don't think for to get a property officer at council, or maybe get a property officer or land manager in the private sector organization here, they need a certification. I mean the API membership. I'm not sure, but I don't think that they asking a practice in valuer certificate. So those are the jobs actually here we have for valuers to go ahead, not valuers, I mean BSc undergraduates to go ahead with. So my advice you to is, don't limit your capacity only to a valuer. If you can seek any other jobs using your current degree, and try to get that jobs also. And as Bala said, I completely agree with Bala. The first point to get a job here is you need to get a valid visa. So that's the main point. So just have a look about what sort of visas you are available you are here available for you, because my knowledge about visa is very low, because I got my PR like 7 years ago, so I don't have any updated knowledge about that. Once you get that the visa, valid visa, but my advice to you is the very hassle-free visa is, if you can get a PR, that PR, what need for PR is, I don't know if now this is change or not. According to my previous knowledge, to get a PR here, you want a bachelor degree and 3-year experience in a specific degree. Like when if you're following a valuation degree, management and valuation, you should have a valuation experience in 3 years. So once you get those two things, and you need to get the specific IELTS band, so then you can get a PR. So I think that's the most easiest and most secure visa type you have. And if anyone wants any further details, I'm happy to help with. I'm happy to give my agent's details for those people. But I'm not sure about how others visa work. Like Bala said, like a work employee sponsors visa. Probably this might change now. So that's why I said I don't know. Like my current knowledge about visa entry requirements are very low. But if you can get a valuer accreditation or valuer job, that's fine. Don't discourage if you cannot get a valuation degree, or valuation job or valuer job. Just try to follow, just try to get some other jobs. Just keep applying for other jobs also.
Thank you, Miss. Since we have reached to the end of today's discussion, I warmly welcome you both to express any final message to the audience. Valkumar sir.
Yeah.
And I would like to hear in Tamil.
தமிழ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்காங்க தானே? இல்ல, எனக்கு என்ன வேணுமென்றாலும் கால் பண்ணலாம், கதைக்கலாம் வீக்கெண்ட்ல. இந்த நடந்த டிஸ்கஷன்ல உங்களுக்கு என்ன விளக்கி இருக்கோ தெரியல. ஓகே, ஃபர்தர் டிஸ்கஷன் ஃபீல் ஃப்ரீ டு கால் மீ. வீக்கெண்ட்ல கால் பண்ணலாம், கதைங்க. அந்த நம்பர் வேணும்னு சொன்னா உங்களோட கமிட்டி மெம்பர் தேடுங்க, எடுத்து கதைப்போம் விஷயங்களை. வேற in addition to I have to mention that one that after completion of your degree, you already said that you have to go through further regarding the RICS and MRICS. At the moment, I am the counselor. I am managing most of the students in India, Sri Lanka, candidates nearly, but I can able to give some opportunities for your students to be a counselor for that one. Particular one time I can able to at least post to 4 candidates. So if you want it, you can please contact me. I will guide you for further for the RICS associate membership, or otherwise MRICS. That's a fine. Anyway, feel free to call me weekend to further discuss. And I'm not sure how much you get clear about this seminar regarding your job opportunities in Australia. So we can further briefly discuss about one-to-one discussion anytime. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That's a really good opportunity. Thank you so much, sir. Miss Nimisha?
My final message to you is real estate valuation and management degree itself is a very good, very a competitive degree. I want to say that. So don't disappoint about it. You just follow and try to learn hard the degree, and you might think this is not, this is not something you are looking at, but you will, maybe in 10 years time, you will think, yes, this is the best degree I had, because if you compare to other degrees, my personal experience, my personal knowledge is our valuation degree is very worth to follow. And the situation I'm here at the moment, I got that because of my degree. So I'm very thankful to my degree. And also I followed master's MSc degree in Javatripura EME MSc degree. So I'm very thankful to both degrees and my teachers and my university, because I'm here now because of my background, my foundation. So my message to you is, please learn hard, please follow the course, and then try to get an opportunity in a Sri Lankan job market. And then if you think you can go beyond Sri Lanka, so then get a more try to get a job from overseas, and I'm happy to help it. I'm not in, like, most of the social media. I'm not in Facebook. But if anyone wants my number, I'm happy to give my number. And if you can give me a call in weekends or maybe after work, I'm happy to call and give guidance to you. My only advice is just complete your valuation degree, and then you can find a good job. And I wish all best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you so much for the support, and great to end. This was an interacting and interesting, knowledgeful discussion. So this is the end of our discussion. I would like to give a few minutes for the audience to raise any doubts on today's discussion. This time for you. If you have any questions or any doubts, now you can clarify.
I think the students, even if they don't feel comfortable of asking in English, they can also ask in Sinhala as well.
Inbox la sir உங்களுடன் தொடர்பு கொள்ள சந்தே தெளிவுபெற ஏதாவது மாதிரி இருக்குமா?
Yeah.
And the phone number இருக்கு, அவங்கள்ட்ட எடுத்து கதை.
Yeah, I think we can share the, I mean, this does not has to stop here. So this networking, this itself is a networking that we spoke about. So I mean, this sharing, networking can go on. This is just a beginning. I think they've got a lot of insights. So thank you very much, Nimesha and Mr. Balakumar. I'm really glad that we were able to do a very fruitful discussion. I'm wondering whether any students who have any questions. Actually, the questions came from the students, so I don't know. Maybe everything is answered. Seems like there are no questions. We have Terence sir, Pratap sir. I wonder they're still here. Do you want to add anything?
Nothing from my end, no. And congratulate to both Nimesha and the Balakumar for their endeavor, and nothing from my end.
Thank you.
I think message regarding this class and everything, for me, what I understand is now Nimesha and Balakumar, I mean, during their graduate performance would have been at a different level. For example, Balakumar, I mean, your story said that you really did not perform as, kind of as what we expect. But what I could get from your story is that you continue to engage in your learning, right? You didn't stop there. So you did your master's and you built your network. So I think students will have different learning points. Some will pick up very early, start from the first year, and they will perform well from the very beginning, and some will not really perform well during their graduate, or maybe they will start picking up during their third year, fourth year, or maybe even after graduation. So only thing is, I think they have to keep going. They should not stop working. So they should have the endurance to do their masters, higher studies, collect experience, get networked. If you keep working at it, I think at some point those will start rewarding themselves. So that's what I've learned from Balakumar's story.
Yeah.
So if you don't have any, everybody's, we got a lot of praising for you both. I think the message really passed on. So thank you so much, Ruchini. If there are no questions, we can end. And we can share the contact details for future references. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, madam. I would like to thank Ms. Nimesha Vikramaratne and Mr. Balakumar Ramanathan. Thank you so much, sir and Miss. You sacrificed your valuable time for us to share your vital knowledge and experiences. So I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude for you both. Thank you so much once again. And I invite you, all of my colleagues, to follow their paths and to come through your foreign job dreams. And then I would like to thank Department of Estate Management and Valuation for giving us these facilities to conduct this session very successfully. And I would like to thank my colleagues for giving us these type of questions and for your valuable participation. Thank you very much to all. Stay safe. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Ruchini.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All.